The emergency broadcast appeared at 2:13 a.m., not on television, inside Mia's baby monitor. The screen turned white for 3 seconds. Then a woman's voice whispered, "If your child is facing the wall, do not say their name." Static swallowed the signal. Mia laughed at first because her son, Noah, hated sleeping alone. Every night, he cried until she carried him back into bed. But when she looked at the monitor again, Noah was standing in the corner of his room, facing the wall, not moving. The camera timestamp flickered. 13. 2:13, 2:14, 2:13. Then the feed glitched. For one frame, Noah looked taller, his arms looked too long, and someone else was standing behind him. If you're listening with headphones, keep them on. There's something hidden under the static later in this recording. Most people don't notice it the first time. Mia noticed too late. Rain hammered the windows of their apartment complex in Belmere Heights, a dead neighborhood sitting beside an abandoned reservoir outside Portland. Most families moved away after the water contamination incident in 2004. But Mia and Daniel couldn't afford to leave. Daniel worked night security at St. Mercy Hospital. Mia stayed home with Noah, 3-year-old boy, quiet, too quiet lately. Over the past month, Noah had started saying strange things at dinner. The man in the hallway hums when you sleep. The ceiling moves at night. There's another mommy behind the bathroom mirror. Daniel blamed internet videos. Mia blamed stress, but neither could explain why Noah kept drawing the same thing over and over again. A tall black figure. No face, long fingers, standing beside their apartment door, always smiling. At 2:17 a.m., the baby monitor crackled again. Mia froze. The camera now showed Noah sitting on his bed, facing the camera, except his eyes were closed and his mouth was moving. Like he was whispering to someone, no audio came through, only static. Mia turned up the volume. A hidden voice emerged beneath the distortion, not Noah, an adult male. Very soft, very calm. "She still thinks you're the real one." The screen violently distorted. Noah suddenly opened his eyes, wide, unnaturally wide. Then he smiled directly into the camera. "Mama," he whispered, "but you already came into my room." Mia's blood turned cold because she hadn't moved. Down the apartment hallway, something creaked. A slow footstep, then another. Daniel wasn't home yet. Mia grabbed the kitchen knife anyway. The hallway outside Noah's room looked normal at first. Dim yellow light, wet umbrellas by the front door, old family photos on the wall. Then she noticed something wrong. Every photo containing Noah had changed. In one picture, baby Noah stared directly at the camera with blackened eyes. In another, there were 2 Noahs standing beside Mia, one smiling, one blurred, and in the oldest photo, a tall figure stood behind the family. So dark it almost blended into the wallpaper. Almost. Noah's bedroom door slowly opened by itself. Mia stopped breathing. The room smelled wrong, wet, like lake water left rotting underground. Noah sat on the bed holding something in his lap. An old VHS tape, black casing, no label. "Mama," he said softly. "He wants us to watch." "Noah." "Where did you get that?" Noah tilted his head. "The other you gave it to me." The apartment lights died instantly. Darkness swallowed everything. The baby monitor screamed with static. Then the television in the living room turned on by itself. White noise filled the apartment. Mia slowly walked toward it. Every instinct told her not to look, but the screen changed before she could turn away. A recording appeared. Grainy.old. Security camera footage. Timestamp, April 18th, 1998. Location, Belmere Reservoir Treatment Facility. A group of workers stood around a drained water tunnel beneath the reservoir. One man pointed deeper into the darkness. The footage zoomed in. There was a child standing at the far end of the tunnel, motionless, facing the wall, just like Noah. The workers approached slowly. One of them touched the child's shoulder. The child turned around. The footage cut instantly to static, but not before revealing the worker's face. Daniel, 20 years younger. Mia stumbled backward. Impossible. Daniel would have been 14 in 1998. The TV glitched again. New footage appeared, this time from a hospital security camera, St. Mercy Hospital. 3 months ago. Mia watched herself holding Noah in the emergency room after his fever, but there was something standing behind them the entire time. Tall, black, watching. No doctors reacted to it. No patients noticed it. Only Noah. Tiny Noah slowly turned his head toward the figure and smiled. The screen suddenly displayed a single sentence. He followed the wrong family home. Then every electronic device in the apartment began speaking at once. The microwave, the monitor, Daniel's old radio, Noah's toy phone, all repeating the same phrase. Return the other child. Noah started crying, not loud, not normal, deep, choking sobs, as if multiple voices were crying through him. Mama! He pointed toward the hallway. He's here now. The hallway stretched impossibly long, apartment walls warped like melting plastic. The lights overhead flickered in uneven patterns. Something stood at the far end, tall, thin, its body bent wrong, its smile opened too wide, and beside it was another Noah, this one pale and dripping black water onto the carpet. The fake Noah slowly raised his hand. Mama, it whispered. You took the wrong one. Mia slammed the bedroom door shut. Noah screamed behind her, not crying anymore, convulsing. His small body jerked violently on the floor while static poured from the baby monitor speaker. Then he suddenly stopped moving. Silence. Noah looked up at her, completely calm, and said, He remembers you now. The walls began vibrating. Frames crashed from the walls outside. The TV volume rose louder and louder until the speakers burst. Then Daniel finally came home. He entered the apartment soaked from the rain, confused, terrified. Mia. Why are the neighbors outside? Mia looked through the window. Every resident in the apartment complex stood motionless in the parking lot, facing their building, facing their apartment. None of them blinking, none of them moving, just staring upward. At Noah's window. Daniel saw the VHS tape on the floor, and his face lost all color. Mia noticed immediately. You've seen this before. Daniel didn't answer. Mia, we need to leave. Who is that thing? Daniel's hands shook violently. When I was a kid, my father worked at the reservoir. He swallowed hard. One night they found children in the tunnels. What children? Daniel looked toward Noah. They weren't human anymore. The apartment lights exploded. Darkness. Static. Then, the baby monitor switched on one final time. The camera no longer showed Noah's room. It showed the apartment itself. From above, as if another camera was hidden in the ceiling, Mia and Daniel stared at themselves on the screen. But there was one problem. Monitor Mia slowly turned toward the camera and smiled. Real Mia did not. Daniel whispered, Don't look behind you. Too late. Something breathed directly into Mia's ear, wet, cold. A voice whispered, We finally found our son. The screen went black. Police entered the apartment at 4:52 a.m. They found the television still running static, the front door open. Rain flooding the hallway carpet. Daniel missing. Mia missing. Noah missing. But investigators documented something strange in the final report. Every family photo inside the apartment had changed. In every image, there was always one extra person standing behind the family. Smiling, and in the final photograph taken from the crime scene, Mia stood near the hallway holding Noah, except her eyes were completely black, and written faintly across the wall behind her was a hidden message investigators didn't notice until years later. A sentence barely visible beneath the wallpaper pattern. It said, If your child stops looking at you, run. The recording ends there, but listeners kept reporting something disturbing afterward, especially people wearing headphones, because hidden beneath the final static, there's another voice. Very quiet, very close, repeating the same sentence over and over, not to Mia, to you. Check the hallway.